Guys, I got a max Rip Pants Bob because I want to see if it's a new best starter in the game for modes like hard challenges. Of course, we always use the granny tentacles, which you actually get in these challenger crates here, and you can still get it now, and it's been out for like 3 months. So let's see if it has a new contender, something that can beat it. And yeah, let's put both these units straight to the test. Let's get it. Let's go. Okay, so we got the unit here, and we actually got this from opening over 1,000 sand capsules in our last video. Make sure you check that out if you haven't already. We pulled tons of stuff, and it was insane. But anyways, guys, let's put this into a game and find out if he's better than our old starters like granny tentacles and stuff like that. But in order to do that, we will need a granny tentacles, of course, because I've traded away all of mine to my alts to grind. And yeah, this one won't cut it. But thank you, Shakru. Okay, and now we've got a maxed out one from the bros. I'm just going to borrow it and give it back to him. He says I'm his inspiration. I say thank you to him, and let's get this trade going. And I'll invite him when I'm done with it. Okay, so he's confirmed the trade. Now we are ready to rock and roll for the epics of the new units. Let's go. So first things first, let's take a look at each of their stats here. So first of all, it's 800 to place the Rip Pants and 850 to place the Granny. I'm going to leave the trading server so we can actually see without getting trade requests. Okay, now that we're in the lobby, we can see it. So 11,000 damage for this and then only 5,000. So about half, well, actually under half for the Granny Tentacles. The range is also better on Rip Pants, but then there's this big caveat. This line attack right here versus the full AoE. But anyways, guys, let's take them into boss battles first and foremost, just really quick, and see which one performs better against the first boss. So I'm going to unequip the Granny. We'll test the Rip Pants first. Let's just do tier 1 Bubble Bass and see what can kill it faster. Make it nice and easy as opposed to waiting the 5 minutes I usually do with the better units. But yeah, let's do this. Start the battle up. Gladiator fight. Apparently they fixed the boss battles, but we'll see about that. I don't even know if this thing will be able to kill the first boss, actually. But I'll be back when we see how long it takes to do it. And by the way, guys, it says it does 11,000 damage, but it's doing like 60,000. So let's see right here. Okay, no, sorry. It's not doing 60,000. 118. So we got the 18. So it's doing like 38,000 damage every single attack. That's crazy. Okay, and here we are. We are on the last hit here, and it looks like we got it down at 2 minutes and 52 seconds, but let's see what it says. 2 minutes 7 seconds. So yeah, that makes sense. So let's remember 2 minutes and 7 seconds for Rip Pant Bob. Okay, let's unequip him and get the Granny back into the lineup. Let's go. Boom, there we go, and right to the boss battle once again. Same thing, Bubble Bass tier 1, 2 minutes 7 seconds to score to beat. Let's go. Okay, so the Grannies, let's see, 77 all the way down, so it's doing 16,000 damage. So this is a lot weaker than the other unit when it comes to boss killing or single target damage. However, it's full AoE, so we can't count them out just yet. Okay, so we're about to hit the 2 minute 7 second mark, and as you can see, we haven't even done half the damage just yet, and there we go, we've done half. So yeah, this is around half as bad DPS as the new unit when it comes to the boss battle, at least. And I'll be back when this is over. Okay, and here's the Granny Tentacles completion time, 4 minutes 19 seconds. So yeah, more than double the other one, but that's okay, because now we're going to take it into a real life scenario. Okay, an actual practical scenario, and see which one does better. First, I'm going to go into the challenges and see what gets overwhelmed less, if that makes sense. The only issue is I need to make sure they have the exact same conditions, which is going to be really hard to do, but we're going to do it anyway for you guys. And of course, Goo Lagoon's here, so that's perfect. Okay, so we've got our Granny down. I just want to see what lasts longer solo. The only thing helping us right now is the tough 3. Okay, the life and the money did nothing in this case, because obviously you get the unit down anyway. But yeah, here we go. So we do leak here with the armor 3 on, I think this was the wave 5, but the big chumpfish, 34,000. And yeah, so wave 6, we die. The boss gets to almost this corner of the sandcastle, maybe a bit past. So yeah, let's keep that in mind, this sandcastle here. Okay, and we are back. Goo Lagoon expires in a minute. We got to hurry up with the Rip Pants Bob. Let's get into it. Unfortunately, we got life and speed. Again, we only need tough, so we're gonna have to retry, and we're gonna have to go quick because there was a minute left. Okay, and we are back, and this time we get hardcore, reverse, and drained. This is actually gonna be harder than I thought. I just realized I can see the conditions on the side here, so this one isn't gonna work either because it does have speed. So let me try again. Okay, and we actually got it on the last try because there's only a few seconds left, and we got the, oh, and we're on the wrong map. So we're gonna have to wait 15 minutes. Of course, we get the perfect conditions on the wrong map. Let's go to endless while we wait. So in endless mode, let's start with the Rip Pants Bob once again, and let's just see how far it can get on endless A, the standard. I'm only gonna use one of them to make this quick. Finally, I'm in. Even getting into endless took a while. The game's so laggy, it seems. But yeah, I like this cheap price. We're going to set them to... And by the way, I changed my mind. I'm only using one. I think it's unfair. I need some at the front to make this fair. And then also some in different angles and perspectives. But yeah, his line is actually very consistent, it seems. It's attacking everything when it does get the chance. So these spots are really nice for him. And then I'll set this one to last so we can pierce everything. I'm just going to pretty much leave it like that unless I need to do some moving later on. But yeah, I have also forgot this is actually going to take forever. So this is basically like a full-blown video. I thought it'd be a little test, but no, we are going into the depth. And yeah, this is crazy. And just to let everyone who doesn't know, line units are better placed here because they'll actually shoot through stuff, attack the guy in the front, and kill everything behind. Another good spot would be right here as well because they will shoot through all of this stuff. But if I were to use the line, I'd start him here and then move him around as we go because this is obviously the entrance in the most important spot. So at max stacks, he does 19,992 apparently. That would explain how he was doing 38,000 because it did, I guess, just use 2 of them maybe in the boss battle. I'm not really too sure because yeah, I thought it would use 3, so it should have been doing almost 60,000. But anyway, that is crazy to know. This thing also has full map coverage as an epic, which is absolutely insane. So I'm not gonna count him out at all, if ever, but we'll have to see how far they can get versus Granny and see what's the best starter on the Goo Lagoon. Of course, we are going to be doing that in 9 minutes. Okay, guys, I'm on wave 272, as you can see, and I'm actually going to sell these and just place them in the middle of the map because realistically, when you're using a starter, you're not going to move them around. And I do want this to go faster because it has been almost 30 minutes now already. And yeah, we're not even close to dying yet. This isn't quite full map. I'll have to move them back, which means I'll have to move this one. I'd rather hit the back stretch than the front line. And there we go. Let's upgrade these. And yeah, I'll be back when we start taking damage. Let's go. Okay, so directly after moving them, we actually almost take damage, which just goes to show how important placement actually is in this game. But yeah, and I also set this one to first because no one's setting your starter to last either, which makes this a lot more practical of a scenario. Obviously, this does double the damage than a Granny, but is it actually double as good? That's where we find out when we do these conditions. Because yeah, we're only attacking 1 unit at a time. So if we can do 10 times the volume, is it worth double the damage? I don't know. It looks like we're getting overwhelmed on wave 293 to 294. Auto skip is on, so it's a little unfair. This isn't like a for real test, we'll say, but it is the best starter test, I would say. And yeah, right here, it looks like we're going to be shredded unless we can somehow survive. But yeah, we're losing health quick and rapidly. And there's a huge swarm coming in behind us with a dirty bubble to finish it. And there we go. Wave 294 is what we get to, which is very, very interesting. And now let's go get the Granny and head back to Endless A, Conch Street. Let's do this. All right, so we've maxed our first Granny. It is struggling on the range, but I don't know if that will even matter because it can attack multiple enemies at once. I'll place the other 2 actually a bit back so we can hit the full back of the map. I'd much rather that than this little area here. But yeah, guys, I'll be back when we start struggling. So guys, I believe 285 is where we died last time. I think we got to 284 waves. But I do forget. And as you can see here, we have cleaned all of this up. We're on our way to wave 300, which means Granny Tentacles with 100 hearts still left is a lot better starter than the Rip Pants Bob. The Rip Pants Bob is going to be useless. And obviously the other 2 units, the Mythics, are going to be useless as well from the Goo Lagoon because none of them are AoE. And yeah, Mythics are kind of useless already unless they're the best starter, and the best starter needs to be AoE. However, the the Muscle Bob, the legendary, is a different story. We'll be testing him out in the next one, guys. But don't worry, this video is not over until I get into that Goo Lagoon match. It doesn't even matter. Maybe I had the 294 actually and died on this wave, but either way, this is getting cleaned up very fast. And yeah, I think that proves it. I'm not even going to check how far Granny goes. Maybe I should for the sake of an experiment if we ever get a better epic so I can have this footage ready. But it is getting super duper late and I do have to bring the unit back and I do want to get into Goo Lagoon. It is 3 o'clock. We are ready to do that now. Okay, so let's check the conditions again. Okay, we got toughness in reverse, so I can't use reverse, unfortunately. So let's try again. All right, guys, on the last try, we finally got it. It took me forever, but yeah, we got the toughness and no reverse and no speed. Everything we had last time, okay? The heart and the drained, and yeah. Okay, so let's go into 5x. Let's place him down in the exact same spot in the middle here. And let's start waving. Just see what gets overwhelmed more or less. Because I am interested in that. And if you guys don't remember, the boss made it to around here by the time we died. So let's keep that in mind going into this round as well. He's holding up better than I actually thought he would. I mean, considering. But that's because these units also have no health, okay? And then all of a sudden just ramps up really quickly. Like here's now 12,000, then it goes to 36,000. So yeah, and we still die with 1,800 health. So yeah, don't use this guy as a starter. Remember, that boss that just spawned got to here by the time we died last time. And yeah, we go down that fast. But yeah, guys, I would say our experiment's conclusive that, you know, every starter needs to be AoE, mythic or epic. And again, we're using these epic units because of the Goo Lagoon event. You kind of need them for the Goo Lagoon. So make sure you guys stock up on the granny tentacles. Shout out to Bruz for letting me use this unit. And I'll see you in the next one.